And good evening. Welcome to Edinburgh. We're at the southern tip of Texas to bring you exciting USL Championship soccer. Tonight, the Rio Grande Valley Toros take on Los Angeles Galaxy 2. And how do you do? I'm Mark May with Brian Smith coming to you from beautiful HEB Park. And we're on ESPN Plus. Brian, tell us about our players to watch here tonight.
Should be an interesting matchup on both sides, beginning with the visiting LA Galaxy 2 Los Dos. Take a look at Preston Judge, one of the more aggressive players at the forward position in the USL. 23 shots on the year. That's 8 across the league. 3 goals, 2 assists, 7 yellow cards. Not afraid to mix it up in there. He could be a key for getting this Los Dos offense started early. On the other side for the Toros, look no further than that gentleman right there, Milo Icaza, the midfielder who does just about everything for these Toros. Aggressive in the midfield, has a very high pass percentage rate, which goes a long way toward helping the Toros be very aggressive. 12 shots, 7 of which have been on targets, 15 chances created, 18 interceptions. You look for it, he can basically do it. And that's a big key for the Toros, is finding somebody like that that can get them started. Take a look at your starting lineups in this one, beginning with LA Galaxy 2. Interesting lineup here. They're going to go with the 4-4-2 in this lineup. Eric Lopez in goal, the 2 forwards, Duhaney Williams, and the aforementioned Preston Judge. On the other side, for the Toros, a little different lineup for them as well, as they're going to go with the 3-4-3. Tyler Derrick in goal. Steven Mueller gets his first start in a while in defense for the Toros. Icaza in the midfield. And the 3 forwards, Ricardo Ruiz, Isidro Martinez, and Adolfo Hernandez. Take a look at your keys to the game in this one. For the Toros, it's going to be about controlling the pace, and that's been really the story all year for Rio Grande Valley. When they can control the pace of play, when the ball away from the Toros, when they're able to kind of at you to set the tone of place, it's really hard to combat these Toros. You keep the ball on your side, you control the pace of play, you control possession. It goes a long way toward getting it setting up, as we talked about LA Galaxy, a chance to get the sweep of the Toros on the season.
Indeed, it should be an exciting game. You know, Toros have never beaten LA Galaxy in 11 tries. They're going to try to do it tonight. We should see some fireworks. Both these teams in the top 10 in the entire league when it comes to producing shots per game. So we'll take a break. We'll continue and have the kickoff in just a moment. You're watching USL Championship Soccer on ESPN Plus.
DHR Health is now safer than ever and continues to remain focused on one thing: providing exceptional care to our patients and community. No other hospital is trying harder to keep you safe. We're taking every action to ensure your safety with enhanced precautions, including 3 off-site COVID-19 units. Your health should never wait. Don't delay your health care. There is no reason to. Schedule your appointment today. DHR Health. For you, for life.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow, creating more jobs
and more opportunities for all of us.
Working together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich. We got 3 chicken strips topped with Whataburger's own buffalo sauce, a little bit of buttermilk ranch, 2 slices of Monterey Jack cheese. The combination is just right.
It's crunchy and then it's spicy and then it's cool. Your mouth is exploding with flavor.
It just all works together, and then you add the cheese in there.
It kind of wakes me up, honestly.
My goodness.
I could see myself getting this every time I come here.
They're gonna go crazy for this thing. The Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich. That's back, and it's only for a limited time.
And we're back here at HEB Park at a little fan there, ready for some action tonight between the Toros and Los Dos. The Toros, winners of 3 of their last 4, rest in the 7th position in Group West right now. Top 7 make the playoffs, so they're just on the edge of that playoff picture. LA Galaxy, too, coming in with 15 points tonight. They're 3 points behind the orange and blue right there, wearing the all whites. And LA Galaxy, Brian, has had their troubles away from home this year, haven't they?
Yeah, it's one of these teams that really is comfortable playing at home in Los Angeles. They get out there on the road and things just don't quite work out for them. A couple of really close matches, though. They've been in contention to pick up a road win and just not had that complete 90-minute performance yet. Look for a chance to do so now against the Toros and perhaps get their season back in a good spot. You mentioned earlier, Mark, how LA Galaxy, Los Dos are just outside of making the playoff picture. The West is a very tightly compacted group. There's 6 teams all within 3 points of being in a playoff spot. So this is really an important game for both sides because 3 big points can go a long way toward strengthening their position in the West standings.
All right, we're just underway here. And yes, the Toros entering tonight in the 7th spot. They could move all the way up into a 4th place tie with a win tonight. And depending on how some other things turn out, LA Galaxy, as we mentioned, if they get all 3 points tonight. And here's some trouble right there, right off the spot for goalkeeper Eric Lopez. But LA able to recover, and some terrific full court pressure there by the Toros early on. But I was going to say, if the Galaxy can get all 3 of their points, they can actually move into that 7th spot and push the Toros out of the playoff picture for the moment.
Yeah, they'd have the tiebreaker, having defeated the Toros twice on the season already with a win there. And interesting, too, we talked about Emilio Icaza being the player to watch for Rio Grande Valley. And what happens immediately off the kick? Icaza is mixing it up there with Eric Lopez in goal. Not afraid to sacrifice his body, and Eric Lopez was really fortunate to get rid of that in the way he did.
It was Icaza who chested that down just a moment ago. Ball passed into the middle where LA intercepts, and the Galaxy try to move it up into the attacking area, but still a lot of pressure here by the Toros. Isidro Martinez almost getting a hold of it, and now Martinez having won a free kick here for the Toros.
Well, got mixed up there with Barry, able to draw the foul and put himself in a pretty good spot. You see the official real quick to get his hand up right there. Take another look. Barry comes in and just kind of takes that leg right out from under Martinez as he tries to round that corner and establish possession. This is a really good spot for the Toros now. They'll get to line up a couple players there to the left. And again, as we've seen several times this year, that Martinez-Ruiz combination over the ball gives them a couple of really good looks here because either one has a really nice touch.
Free kick in a dangerous position for the Toros early on. See Martinez with his hands up, but it's Ruiz who fakes the attempt. It'll be Martinez who takes it into the area where it's headed out by Los Dos. A little bit of head volleyball going on here before it's finally cleared away by Owen Lamb. It'll be Lamb taking the free kick here as well. So LA dodging a couple of bullets here early on. See a lot of pressure here by the Toros. Toros with the ball again. Here they are on the build-up. This is Ruiz. Going to send this one ahead to his winger. And this one bounced outside. Looks like this will be a goal kick, I believe. So last touch by the Toros.
Nice effort coming down quite quickly there by the Toros. Placed really nicely right on the line. Just could not quite get there quick enough with that left foot to keep it in. Toros getting some opportunities here. They are applying a tremendous amount of pressure off this opening kick.
By the way, for the Toros, that was Stefan Mueller who was putting on the pressure. And here's a chance here as Derek forced to come out of his goal. And there's a player tripped up there for LA. LA speed got Derek unawares, and Derek forced to come all the way out of his box. So we see this once again.
And quite a collision here as that ball develops. Derek comes out and does what he has to do. Quick slide right on who? Preston Judge, the other player to watch in this one. Getting really active, pushing forward, and Derek just got under that quickly enough to clear it out.
And we see Derek is shaken up on the play here. And Judd is a guy who's able to pick up a lot of fouls. He's won 18 free kicks for his team this year, and a big one last week against San Diego Loyal. They were in the 98th minute. Judd is fouled in the box to win a penalty kick that was put home by Taylor Davila that secured a 2-2 draw against San Diego Loyal, as the LA Galaxy coming from 2 goals down in that game to score 2, both in stoppage time, to pull off the draw and get a point.
We could have a very interesting call coming right here. You saw the official briefly on screen. He's got a yellow card in his hand, so it looks like somebody's getting a card here. If that goes against Tyler Derrick and the Toros, that is a really good spot for Los Dos to get started early. On the other side, if that goes against Preston Judge, that could really put a pain in this attack for Galaxy 2 to have arguably their most aggressive player carrying a card this early.
See Derek now trying to walk it off. 33-year-old goalkeeper Had a lot of experience in MLS with Houston Dynamo, and then there we see the referee issuing the card, and I think just didn't want to give a card to a guy who's injured on the ground, so he waited till he stood up.
Gonna look at this contact here. So that was a really nice pass by Los Dos, set perfectly. Derek comes out, and so that's where the yellow card comes from. Tyler Derrick didn't play the ball. He plays Judge's feet. And as the keeper, you get a little bit of leeway in these situations, but you've got to touch the ball. If there's no contact with the ball and it's all on physical contact with the play, you're going to draw a card pretty quickly there.
So this will be a free kick for LA Galaxy just outside the area. You can see Derek there giving instructions to the man who'll be in his wall. Looks like it'll be 4, maybe 5 in the wall for the Toros. This ball just about 20 yards away from the net. By the way, Derek picking up a yellow card. That's a little bit precarious for the Toros because their backup keeper, Colin Miller, has not played since he got an injury a couple of weeks ago. They do have a third keeper, Javier Garcia, who is in the lineup tonight. Garcia, 25 years old, out of Mission, which is just outside of Edinburgh, so a local product. And here comes Judd. Will take it just over the crossbar. As Derek thought he might be challenged there, seemed to be in good position for it, and Judd puts it over.
So small cross averted for the Toros here. You get a good look. That was a nice jump by the wall to make sure that ball had to be lifted really high by Judd. He does so, but perhaps just a little bit too high over the top of the crossbar.
And you saw the Toros were lined up to possibly be ready in case Judd tried to keep that on the ground, anticipating that the wall players might jump and leave space underneath them, but they had a player actually laying physically across the length of the wall just to prevent that from happening, and that may have been why Judd chose to go over the top. Here's to Icaza inside, but it's cleared away by Gonzalez for a corner kick. Icaza being just a whirling dervish there, giving the LA Galaxy fits here in the early going.
And really quick movement there for Rio Grande Valley. As soon as that had slipped out, they were very quick to throw that back in and catching Icaza in stride. Good look now at Isidro Martinez, who's going to take this corner.
And Icaza hanging out at the back post. We'll see if it goes to him. This is going to be a little short. Headed out by the defense. That was Lamb who got his head on it. And then Coronado sends it back in. It's headed back, and it's going to go out for another corner kick. So LA Galaxy having all kinds of fits right now. Liam Doyle, their team captain, was the one who headed it, kind of a back header that inadvertently went out. And this will be corner kick number 2 now for the Toros. Martinez again. A little bit of an outswinger. Far post header right on net, and save made by Eric Lopez.
Spectacular header there by Adolfo Hernandez. He put a charge into that off the crown of his head, but Eric Lopez read that beautifully, picked it right up into his chest and carried it away.
Adolfo Hernandez getting his first goal as a Toro just 3 nights ago. That was in Atlanta, 4-3 come from behind win for the Toros. Hernandez just 24 years old, out of Mexico City. Had a nice look there. And this is Jonathan Ricketts going to play it back to his keeper, Derek. Derek unable to pick it up, so he has to just fire it upfield where LA Galaxy regains control. Felipe Cobian is dispossessed. Now the ball goes way down, and it's going to be played out into safety by Jalen Neal. Neal only 18 years old, but making a heads-up senior level play right there.
And something that really needed to happen there for Galaxy 2. You saw Eric Lopez came all the way out of net, and he was there. Had that been misplayed by Lopez, the Toros were going to be in a really good spot to make something happen. So good heads-up play there by Neal to clear it away, give Lopez a chance to get back.
Third corner already in the opening 10 minutes for the Toros. Martinez again. Far post. This is headed out by Los Dos. Chasing it down is Coronado. Coronado with 3 goals, picked up 2 of them in that win against Atlanta United on Wednesday night. Coronado off the give and go is dispossessed, and the ball sent upfield by Los Dos. Wahab Akwe controlling it. He's the center back tonight for the Toros. Ball sent into the area. Knocked away by Neal. Neal, only 18 years old, out of Lakewood, California. Has 16 interceptions coming into tonight, which is the most of any defender on the Galaxy. Galaxy beginning tonight in the 11th position in Group West. Toros in the 7th position. Galaxy winless in their last 3 matches after winning 3 of 5. They've gone 0-2 with 1 draw in their last 3 outings. There we see a foul there committed by Taylor Davila.
And Coronado over the ball does a nice job of using his body as a shield there. And as you see, Davila gets his foot in there and just wraps it right around Coronado. So as he goes to move and make that move back out toward midfield, gets tripped up.
Davila, just 21 years old, out of Los Angeles. He scored the only goal of the game the last time these two teams met back on March 23rd. That was in Carson, California. A 1-0 win for Los Dos. Davila getting that goal. Davila also had the game-tying goal against San Diego Loyal last week, a 98th minute penalty. Toros into the box, cleared out by Doyle. Toros will regroup. Akwe now. He'll find Ricketts on the right side. Ricketts trying to go inside for Coronado. Coronado triple teamed. And now a free kick won by the Toros just to the right side of the box. So Coronado's aggression pays off.
A really good spot now here for the Toros. Coronado not giving up any movement on possession there. And there's a little touch of a handball there that coming off of Barry's left hand kind of graces the ball as it's bouncing around. That leads to the reset here for the Toros in a really good spot. But that handball is the direct result of Coronado just being so aggressive and fighting for possession.
So we're going to see Ruiz and Martinez standing over the ball. So far it's been Martinez taking the free kicks. See if Ruiz takes this one. It is going to be Ruiz. This will be an in-swinger, far post. Akwe just misses it. That's Ricketts on the ball, unable to get turned, so he'll send it up for Coronado. And the Toros will restart the build-up here in the 12th minute. Going to fire it over to the right side, and they've got Martinez there. Martinez into the box, and that's cleared into safety for another corner there by Cobian.
Yeah, defense standing strong again for Los Dos. Been really impressed with what they've been able to bring to that back line defensively. You see it here. There's a lot of movement by the Toros to get this to Martinez, and he puts a pretty good charge into it. And a nice job again by Los Dos sliding forward and having enough bodies to make it happen.
Ruiz toward the net. Forces Lopez to make a tough save there. As that ball was sliding back and forth, Icaza came in to try to distract Lopez a little bit, but Lopez a good job to stab that one. So the Toros with 2 shots on net here in the opening 12 minutes. They've been averaging close to 16 shots a game over their last 5 games. And in fact, they've scored 2 or more goals in each of the last 5 games as well. So offense has been red hot lately as we see Martinez strip from behind and wins another free kick.
So it's a little quick to try to get that one restarted. Official blows that dead and says, no, you're going to restart from over here.
Here's Ricketts with a nice little move through the wicket there, but then he's dispossessed, but going to win a free kick here just outside the box. That's at least 2 free kicks Ricketts has won.
Just a nice job of slipping that through and coming forward. And you see stepping forward quite quickly there was Dunbar. Gets his legs wrapped up with Ricketts.
Yeah, Dunbar is tied for the team lead with 3 goals on this team. In fact, LA Galaxy is very balanced scoring. They have 4 different players all tied for the team lead with 3 goals each. Make it hard to defend when they come down on the attack, but so far it's been the Toros dominating possession. Martinez to Ruiz. Buys himself a little time into the area, but headed out by the defense. That was Neal who got his head on it. Toros will restart the build-up. 14th minute now, no score, but the Toros have been dominating the action. It's been mostly on the front of LA's net here in the early going. Derek sends this one down to the right side. Icaza able to get control. Icaza is tied for the team lead with 4 goals, along with Frank Lopez, who did not draw a start tonight. So we could see him coming on off the bench in the second half. There's Akwe with it now. Akwe out of Ghana, 25 years old. Doesn't have a marker, so he'll take advantage of that and bring it up the pitch. Martinez inside the box. A man is there. but it's kicked away by Neal. This will be a throw-in, so Neal has been a busy young man here, 6'3", 170-pound defender. Ikaza with it, sends it inside, and this one's stolen away by Doyle. Doyle, the team captain, who's from the Isle of Man, which is just off the coast of England, between England and Ireland. Technically a UK territory, sends it upfield. Play continues here as you see Judd was shaken up for a moment. And Toros coming back on the attack. Toros with 2 shots in the early going, both of them on net. Ricketts will send it down. And sent back toward the other side by Kobian, the defender for LA Galaxy. Akwe will try the other side. Now the team captain, Juan Cabezas, plays it up. Cabezas got his first goal last week. The 3-2 loss to San Antonio. He's right here at HEB Park.
So the offside flag goes up right there. Toros don't love that call in the moment. That was a well-placed ball, and it looked like Ricky Ruiz was going to be in a good spot to win a foot race to the corner. The offside flag goes up, so that breaks what was a really nice pass from leading to anything more.
So LA Galaxy 2 puts it back into play. Center back there is Doyle, 29-year-old defender who played for San Antonio FC last year. So they had a big playoff run to the USL Championships Final Four. LA Galaxy 2 did not make the playoffs last year. The Toros were in the playoffs, got that last playoff spot in the Mountain Division, and advanced to the second round of the playoffs before they went out to San Antonio. So this will be a throw-in for Ricketts. Ricketts out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Played in USL League One last year, the Chattanooga Red Wolves. There's Cabezas, the captain. We'll send it over to the far side, and Mueller there. Mueller out of New York City will race up the pitch, finds Ruiz. Ruiz has a marker on him. That's Duhaney Williams out of Jamaica. Toros out of that, trying to through ball here. Ikaza with the one touch. Gets away from him, and another offside call.
And looking for Rodolfo Hernandez, who was just kind of flirting back and forth against that back line and must have had a foot too far forward. He's in a really good spot to try to push that one forward. And you saw he got it and immediately had a nice little lateral pass to Ikaza, who had a head of steam moving toward the net. That's all negated again by a quick offside call.
So Los Dos bringing it up the pitch. Hamza Berry there, sends it ahead. As Berry with it inside. Oh, just a near miss there by LA Galaxy. That would have been a nice touch there by Judd, who tried to just finesse it to that far post, but not quite able to do so.
Yeah, placed beautifully there by Cabrai. Again, just perhaps a half a step behind where Judd wanted it. Could not drive it.
Yeah, Cabral out of France, who had the nice centering pass that Judd wasn't quite able to get on net. So LA Galaxy 2 starting back at their own end. Sent ahead by Kobian. Nobody there for his team. It'll go all the way back to the Toros keeper, Derek. Derek playing his 9th game this season. Toros have split time between Derek and Colin Miller. Derek came in with 12 saves made, 2 clean sheets, the 2 clean sheets that the Toros have this year. And here's a turnover here and an opportunity for Los Dos into the area, sent it through. Derek unable to get to it, but so is LA Galaxy, and it's going to go out of play harmlessly for a goal kick.
It was another really nice build-up by Los Dos. You'll see it there. Nice job of sending that forward. On the races, Dunbar tries to cut that back the other direction, looking for his teammate. Could not quite catch the wing, however.
Yeah, it was Dunbar, nice center ball, trying to get it to Adrian Gonzalez, running up from his midfield spot. Gonzalez unable to quite get to it. We talked about how both teams are able to produce chances. There's some pressure here by the Toros. This is on Neal. Neal trying to play it back to his keeper. Instead, it goes out for a corner kick. Toros came in averaging 12.5 shots a game, which is 5th in the league. LA came in averaging 8.4, which is 8th in the league. And now the Toros with their 5th corner kick of the first half.
All that pressure is leading to some opportunities for Rio Grande Valley. You've seen the shots on target. 5 corners is a lot, especially this early in the first half. Now can they capitalize?
It's Martinez, an in-swinger. Keeper comes out, gets the punch. Goes out into safety here. Mueller sends it to Aquay on the right side. Looking for a way to send it in through, but the shot was blocked in front by the Frenchman, Cabral. And now we've got a yellow card being issued to Judd, I believe. That would be number 8 for him.
And Preston Judd just was absolutely behind on the attack there. Steven Mueller comes around him, gets a good spot, and Judd does, well, I mean, what he has to. Look at that handful of jersey there, just acting like he is a running parachute behind Mueller, and then doesn't let go. Once Mueller's off the ball, he's still got a handful. Mueller says, hey, man, don't do that. Yellow card comes off.
Mueller played his college ball at University of Temple in Philadelphia. And you see Judd, yep. Judd, who on offense and defense is always in the picture. And you can see Martinez and Ruiz standing over the ball once again, about 40 yards from goal. And this will be Martinez to send it through. Goes off one of his teammates. Toros will reset the buildup. That's Mueller playing it. And his pass is stolen by Davila. Down comes Cabral. Cabral's out of France. Will send it over to the right side. Williams chasing it down. Williams will send it into the box. Ball hit up in the air. It was Martinez who got a piece of it, and then Ricketts able to clear it. It was Judd standing on the doorstep trying to get something on net. This ball goes out of play, and it'll be a Toros throw in here in the 22nd minute.
That was a spectacular buildup for Los Dos Toros. Very fortunate to be able to break that one up and go back the other direction.
Toros putting on a lot of pressure here early on, as we see a flick on. And then Neal able to head that one forward for Los Angeles. Getting tripped up there is Judd. Play will continue here. Cabezas finds his teammate Ricketts. Toros have been coming from behind the last couple of games, twice in the last 3 games. They've scored twice in the final 15 minutes to pull off dramatic wins, once against San Diego and then on the road against Atlanta. But they're putting on early pressure here into the area. And the ball played by Cobian and then cleared away by Doyle. No problem, Toros will reset up shop once again. Both of these teams came in averaging over 50% possession, but it's been overwhelmingly Toros here in the early going as LA's played more of a counter-attack game. Free kick won here by the Toros. That's 6 fouls now in this first half on LA Galaxy 2. Nice one-touch there by Martinez. Icaza tried the one-touch, but it's stolen away. So we've got a free kick awarded here for the Toros as Martinez is shaken up.
And Cedar Martinez had his legs just cut out from under him as you tried to see that last little one touch he made to get the setup to Icaza. Right after he makes the pass, take a look at what happens to him. Martinez comes in, moves that, and then absolutely just boiled over there by Cobian. There's the foul on the reset for the Toros.
7 fouls now on this LA Galaxy team. They came in averaging about 13.5 a game. It's 9th in the league. Both teams, in fact, are in the top 10 in the league when it comes to committing fouls. Cabeza sends this one down. It's Martinez a bit shaken up, unable to take that free kick. Cleared away by Neal. And the ball is going to be headed back toward Derek. Thought the official may have blown it dead, but he did not. But he did stop and give a talking to Cabral for LA Galaxy 2.
And Cabral tried to make the argument that Judd was fouled there, but live you can see what happens. Judd is trying to back Aquay down, and Aquay just gives him space. Judd falls.
Aquay going to play this one forward. Backline's going to hit it back toward their keeper. A little bit of trouble there. And there's a collision. Ball goes out of play, and it's going to be a goal kick. So Lopez had to come way out after Neal's header was a little bit too far to his left.
And Toro is trying to make an argument here that there should be a card called on Lopez. You see, again, Lopez doesn't play the ball, plays the body of Hernandez. Very similar to the card that was picked up by Tyler Derrick on the other side, although a little bit closer to contact from the ball. Official says, no, not so much. No foul to be called here.
You're right, yeah. Adolfo Hernandez was putting on some pressure there. Very nearly got a touch on it. There's Cabral there. Cabral knocked down from behind. And they're going to call a free kick here. This will be for LA Galaxy. Just the third foul called on the Toros.
Gonna look what happens here. Cabezas mixing it up with Cabral and trying to come forward. And you see there, his cleats actually get tied up in the laces of Cabral's shoe. So foul on Coronado there because he literally brings Cabral to the ground as his feet are essentially tied up with him, cleats wrapped up in the laces.
Two aggressive teams going head-to-head here tonight. Second meeting of the year. Each team in the Group West plays each other twice with a couple of exceptions. In fact, these two teams will not meet again this year unless it's in the playoffs. As we mentioned, LA Galaxy winning back in March. That was in Carson, California. And this is the return match here tonight. Toros have struggled against LA Galaxy in their lifetime. Winless in 11 matches. They've lost 6 and drawn 5. As we mentioned, LA Galaxy with no wins on the road this year. They have a couple of draws, but 5 losses. So we see a free kick won here by Dunbar. Dunbar, who's a hometown boy out of Carson, California, wins the free kick here.
Really nice movement with the ball here. Cabezas tries to come out to defend. One quick move by Cabral. He clears that ball wide and catches Cabezas basically standing there like a wall. Draws the foul as their knees kind of collide. You see Cabral rubbing his knee right there as they went knee to knee. That doesn't tickle, in case you were wondering.
Hamza Berry, whose last club was in Croatia, Hajduk Split, one of the top Croatian clubs. Now playing with the LA Galaxy 2s, originally from Gambia. Leads the team with 90% passing accuracy, but the Toros have won the ball back here. Here's Martinez with acres of space to work with. Going to send this one through, but Lopez is ready for that challenge. And they had Adolfo Hernandez and Icaza both on the doorstep there if Lopez was not able to hang on to it. Lopez been a busy man here in the early going here between the Toros and Los Dos. O'Neal bring it up. A lot of California players on this LA Galaxy team, including several academy players. And this might be another booking. And it is. This time it's a Toros player. That's Ricketts. Draws his second yellow of the year.
Getting another look at what occurs. See Ricketts coming forward. That ball is knocked down quickly. Ricketts tries to play it, and in the process of sliding, ends up just taking the leg right out from under Cameron Dunbar. They'll draw the yellow once again for creating a little too much contact after the ball had already been cleared out of the way.
Dunbar, just 19 years old, tied for the scoring lead with 3 goals and 2 assists. Davila, Judd, and Salazar all have 3 goals for the team. Salazar not in the starting lineup tonight. 29th minute now, no score here at HEB Park. Williams unable to get control of that one. It'll be Toros' ball. The Toros, we mentioned their offense, having scored 2 or more in 5 straight games, but they've also given up 3 goals 3 different times this year, including each of the last 2 games. It was San Antonio and Atlanta United. In fact, opponents have scored, coming into tonight, had scored 7 goals in their last 14 shots on target. LA Galaxy 2 doesn't have any shots on target yet. They do have 2 shots that were wide, one over the bar and one that was just to the right. You see Kaza there, just 24 years old, out of St. Petersburg, Florida. Was a member of the Austin Bold last year, played 17 games with them, then came to the Toros in September for that playoff run. And he's been a mainstay now. He's been started every game this season for the Toros, making his 14th start here tonight. Toros trying to get to 500. They came in with 6 wins and 7 losses. Galaxy came in 4-6 with 3 draws. Toros able to win the ball here. They got some numbers forward. Over to the right side, they've got an overlap with Ricketts. Martinez finds him. Ricketts, a shot, and a save made in front. Loose ball is cleared out by Cobian. Lopez making another save, and Cobian there able to clear it from danger.
Nice job dribbling there by Aquay on the backside. Get that ball turned back in toward the middle after a really good clearance by Los Dos. LA Galaxy has been up to the task here against this attack from the Toros thus far.
Martinez able to cut inside of Cobian, then gets tripped up. And this is going to be a free kick and a booking there for Dunbar. And the second time Dunbar's been caught in an awkward position and ended up fouling somebody from behind, isn't it?
Just in a weird defensive spot there. And again, spectacular dribbling by Cedro Martinez. That quick shift left to right. He's just dancing around Los Dos players. Take a look right here. One quick move, and Dunbar's just kind of caught flat-footed there. Didn't know what to do. And as Martinez comes by, gets his right foot hooked there against Dunbar to draw the foul. And this is a spectacular spot for the Toros.
And we see a look at the 32-year-old first-year head coach of LA Galaxy. It is Johan Dame from France. It's quite a coaching record. Actually became a coach at age 16. And here's Ruiz going to send this one through, and there's a goal. It's Wahab Aquay able to slide in, push it home. It wasn't pretty.
They're going to call.
Are they going to call offside here?
Looks like they're going to call offside on Aquay.
Oh, the crowd's celebrating. Aquay was celebrating. But you're right. It's going to be an offside call. And it's going to remain 0-0. Let's take another look here.
They may be reviewing this. We'll get another look. That was placed really nicely off the hand of Lopez, and then Aquay just kind of slides it in off of his foot. They immediately say no goal and then send the two teams to their bench. I think they're going to take another look at this. The question is going to be where Aquay touches it. Does he touch it beyond the line? I don't think so. I think he's got it before the line, and then it just kind of rolls off of his heel in. Another look here. Martinez.
He did look offside in that previous angle.
So there's Ruiz. He may be just offside. That slips through. Aquay catches it with his heel and just kind of carries it in.
And I think we were trying to make the point that if the ball had gone over the line before Aquay touched it, it would not have been an offside.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's important where Aquay touches it there. If it's already gotten in before Aquay makes contact, it's going to be a goal. But since he is called offside, if he's the one that makes contact with it, then the offside would carry.
And you can see there the referee explaining to assistant coach Gerson Echeverri, former head coach of the Toros, explaining the situation. And it does look, we don't have the perfect angle, but if you look at that 6-yard line, right, it looked like Aquay was the closest to it, vis-a-vis any of the defenders.
And the other follow-up question there is you don't know if that's going to go in even if Aquay doesn't touch it. From the angle we've got, it looks like that may just carry left of the upright. If Aquay doesn't touch it, looks like it may just miss. So Aquay is what drives it in. Question is, again, was Aquay offside? And if so, where does he touch it?
And you could see the ball looked like it was going in. As we see now head coach Wilmer Cabrera making his case there. And it looked like Lopez just barely getting a piece of that ball changed the trajectory of the ball to where it would have been just wide. And we see Aquay there, who appeared to have his second goal of the season for a moment, but ruled out to offside.
Great call there by the officials. Took their time to review that just to make sure they had it right, and I think that was the correct call in that moment. But a very, very tough call to make live there, especially as quickly as that was developing.
So it's the third offside of the game against the Toros, and a costly one, as the Toros remain in a 0-0 deadlock here. That was a pretty kick, though, by Ruiz. Kind of caught the defense, I think, flat-footed a little bit. It didn't have a lot of velocity on it, but he had it well placed, forced Lopez to go to full extension to make a partial save. And Akwe appeared to, even though he kind of misplayed it, was able to get enough on it to put it into the net. But again, Akwe ruled offside. Now we've got a LA Galaxy player shaken up. He's grimacing there. That looks like Judd.
And Judd's been in the mix today. He's been in a couple of little, we'll call them gentle kerfuffles. A lot of contact. These two teams playing really hard and not afraid to be physical. Looks like it'll just be a foul, though. No cards issued.
This will be the 6th foul against the Toros here in the first half. There have been 8 already against LA Galaxy 2. Judd, by the way, is from Las Vegas, played his college ball at the University of Denver. So he's gone from the desert to the mountains and then to the coast. Toros with it here. They clear it up the field. We're in the 36th minute now. First half, no score. And here's a free kick awarded to the Toros.
Adolfo Hernandez gets kind of hip checked there. He's just trying to gain possession on a ball that had basically gotten away. He's just trying to slow it down.
By the way, Lopez, who's been really busy tonight, did have a USL Save of the Week save. He was a candidate for the top save in LA's 2-2 draw against San Diego Loyal, and that proved crucial because they were down 2-0, and LA able to score 2 in second half stoppage time to escape with a point. And he certainly made some good saves tonight, been very busy there in the LA net. There's Ikaza trying to play it along with Doyle. Ikaza slides down, and now there's a whistle here. Ikaza and Doyle in the mix there.
Lots of contact there. Ikaza gets position on Doyle. One quick bounce, though, and it's off to the races. I think Ikaza actually ends up picking up the foul before that. He had a little bit of a handful of Doyle's kit as they were trying to scrum for position.
Doyle, a big player, too, 6'3", 201 pounds. Ikaza only 5'6", outweighed by 50 pounds against Doyle. This ball played here by Barry. Barry, the midfielder, passed it off to the right side. It's Neal with it. Neal facing some pressure. Trying to get away from Ruiz. Forced to play it back to Lopez, and Lopez will play it up near midfield. 38th minute now here in this first half. No score yet. Both teams have had some solid chances. Neal will play it softly up for Adrian Gonzalez, who's an 18-year-old out of Mexico. Both he and Neal are teenagers in this lineup tonight. Now a chance here for Dunbar. Dunbar against Ricketts. Sends it inside. Played by the captain, Cabezas, with his back foot to prevent that from getting through. Nice defending there by Cabezas, 31 years old, out of Colombia. One of the older guys here on the pitch. Barry, meanwhile, will play it back to Neal. No markers in front of Neal, but Neal elects to play it back with Gonzalez. Doyle forced to come up to that one before the Toros could intercept. Now an opportunity here for LA Galaxy. Cabezas knocked it away initially, but they recover. Now a chance here. Cabral inside, and Akwe sends that one clear. So this will be the first corner of the match now for LA Galaxy.
After a couple of really nice build-ups, it's nice to see Los Dos finally get something that develops a little bit more than just a takeaway. Now they'll get a good look at a corner here. See Tyler Derrick talking to his teammates, trying to get them position, pointing directly at Dunbar and saying, somebody get right here.
Somebody please mark this man. Yes, he has 3 goals for a reason this season. So it's Coronado who will come over to mark Dunbar just right there in front of the goal line.
Taylor Davila is going to take this corner for Los Dos.
Davila with a couple of assists this season finds Cabral. Cabral, 6-foot midfielder out of France. Davila sends it in, headed out by the defense. And that's going to go out for, I believe, LA's throw in. No, they're going to say LA touched it last, so this will be Throw in here for the home team. Toros with 3 wins and 4 losses at home this year. LA Galaxy came in 0-5 with 2 draws on the road. Had their troubles away from home, but they have done a good job here tonight. Through almost 40 minutes of play, still in a scoreless deadlock. It's Coronado. Coronado will play it, and then Hernandez will get it across the field. No one there for the Toros, however, and Lopez able to come out and get this one. Lopez, who's out of Westminster, California, came in with 23 saves. I think he's among the league leaders there in terms of saves. Has the 2 clean sheets that LA's recorded this year. One of those against the Toros back on March 23rd. 1-0 victory for LA. Ball played back to Lopez, who has to hurry to get that out. Headed up in the air by Ricketts. Then headed forward by Barry. Chance here for LA. Shot by Dunbar is popped up in the air, and Derek able to make the save right on his goal line. First save for Derek in this match. 5 minutes and change left in the first half. Coronado sent it diagonally across all the way to a wide open Martinez. Martinez, who played as high school soccer in Brownsville, only about 60 miles from Edinburgh, then played his college ball even closer right here in Edinburgh at University of Texas Rio Grande Valley. Here's Ricketts into the area. Header on net is just to the right side. Ikaza's able to bring that down. Ikaza will send it back through. Partial header there by Hernandez. I think Neal got in the way of it, and Lopez able to fall on it.
A couple of really good looks there for Rio Grande Valley. Just could not put that driving header. 2 good looks off of the head, neither of which were necessarily on. And then for Los Dos, Lopez does the right thing there, just falls on the ball, slows it down, lets his defense get back into position.
Cabral misplaying it right there, loses it out of play. It'll be a throw in here for the Toros.
Looks like Ricketts will take this throw in.
Ricketts, who's in USL League One last year, signed by the Toros just before this season. And a versatile player on defense and at midfield for this team. Goes all the way back to Derek in the Toros net. Derek has both clean sheets that the Toros have produced this year. Long ball going to be played by Doyle. And then Doyle will concede a throw in. Ikaza looking to get it back in quickly here before the defense can get settled. Here's Ricketts. Going to the far side. Played there by Ruiz. Has his cross attempt partially blocked by Williams. That'll go out for a corner kick.
Get a good look at Ricky Ruiz right there. 5'7", 752-pound forward out of Lake Elsinore. He's done a spectacular job for the Toros this season. He's like a spark plug, a little match out there. Not the biggest guy, a little diminutive in stature, but really makes his presence known with his speed and his heads-up play.
Yeah, he's able to win a lot of free kicks for this Toros team. He and Ricketts, by the way, were teammates last year with Chattanooga Red Wolves, who sends it into the area. Went off a Toros player's shoulder. Ricketts, his former Red Wolves teammate, plays it back to Mueller. Mueller is upended, and that's going to be a free kick and could be a booking. Mueller still shaking up a bit as Cabral draws the yellow card. It's going to be the 3rd yellow of the match against the LA team.
Yeah, Mueller does a really nice job of just playing that ball kind of quickly, settles it, tries to play it forward. Cabral comes in and thinks he's moving a little bit wide, so he drags that left leg wide, hoping to make contact with the ball. Instead, gets a whole lot of Mueller.
Yeah, Cabral, 6 foot, 170-pounder, 22 years old. He's from France, from Marseille, I believe. Martinez runs over it. Instead, Ruiz will play it to Coronado. Coronado into the area, headed out by LA Galaxy. And back to Ruiz. 45th minute now. We'll see how much time gets added on. So Toros try another attack here. It's Martinez. Martinez will send it into the box. Doyle plays it back out. There'll be a throw in here for the Toros in the attacking third. Ball headed down by Barry. Eventually goes out once more. Coach Dame issuing instructions there. Was once the head coach at FC Cincinnati. Was the youngest coach in MLS history at age 29. LA with the attack here, losing possession. And it's going to be a booking now. This is going to be Jesus Vasquez, the former LA Galaxy player. He played 2 years with LA Galaxy too.
You see Hernandez and Cabezas trying to make the argument that what draws a yellow on Vasquez there was very similar to what happened to Icaza about 30 seconds prior on the opposite side of the field. They didn't even draw a foul. And Icaza comes forward and says, yeah. What about me? What happened to me on that other end? Official sees it just slightly differently.
So it looks like Davila and Barry standing over the ball. Barry's going to go forward now. Looks like Davila will take this free kick. Derek a little bit out of his net near his 6-yard line. This is going to go to the right side, headed toward the net, and Derek comes out and is able to pull that one down right in front of Judd, who was on the doorstep.
And now in the 47th minute, we had 3 minutes of stoppage time added. We're very quickly melting through that stoppage time. It's been a really nice first half. Both teams had some good scoring opportunities. We've had a good look at both teams really kind of stretching their offense out. These defenses have been up to the task. Give a tip of the hat to Eric Lopez and Tyler Derrick. They have been spectacular in the opposing nets.
And we've seen both teams come out with a 3-man back line, kind of both of them favoring the offense here tonight. And that's what we've seen is a lot of offense, a lot of opportunities by both teams. The second minute of stoppage now. Here's Ruiz trying to get turned. Davila comes by and wins the ball, but a free kick going to be awarded.
We get a quick foul there on Adrian Gonzalez, who was just draped all over Ricky Ruiz before Ruiz turned the corner.
Going to combine 19 fouls between these two teams here in the first half. Both teams have seen their share of bookings. Akwe into the box. Here's Kaza able to chest it down, but the flag is up. It's going to be offside.
No shortage of attempts by the Toros in this one. The offsides have been really kind of their Achilles heel early on. It's broken up what has been several really promising attacks for Rio Grande Valley. And expect Coach Cabrera to address that in the locker room at halftime. If they can clean up staying onside, they've had a couple of really good opportunities that may have led to goals.
Yeah, that's 4 already. Had an apparent goal taken off the board in the 33rd minute due to offside. And an excellent opportunity there just a moment ago as Ikaza was able to chest the ball down, but was ruled offside. Final minute of stoppage here. Only seconds left in the first half. Maybe the final opportunity here for the Toros. Martinez and reverse the attack to the right side, and Mueller, before he can play it, here's the whistle, and we are at halftime. No score between these two, but the combined 8 shots between them. So we see action at both ends. So coming up here at halftime, we'll take a look around the USL. We'll have our first half highlights and our first half stats. Also look at the schedules and the standings. All that coming up here at halftime. Right now you're watching USL Championship Soccer on ESPN+.
When we said Reliant offers free flex days, we had something a little different in mind. Get the flexibility of free electricity on your 2 highest use days every week with the Reliant Truly Free Flex Days plan. That's up to 8 free days a month. So go on. What are you waiting for? We'll even upgrade your plan to solar. On us. Reliant. That's power. Your way.
DHR Health is now safer than ever and continues to remain focused on one thing: providing exceptional care to our patients and community. No other hospital is trying harder to keep you safe. We're taking every action to ensure your safety with enhanced precautions including 3 off-site COVID-19 units. Your health should never wait. Don't delay your health care. There is no reason to. Schedule your appointment today. DHR Health. For you, for life.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow. Creating more jobs.
And more opportunities for all of us.
Working together. Together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
And welcome back to HEB Park. No score as yet between the Rio Grande Valley Toros and LA Galaxy 2. But time now for our halftime report, Brian.
Special thanks to our halftime sponsor, Live Oak Vodka, the official vodka sponsor of the RGV Toros. Lots of action in Week 12 across the USL. Let's take a look at our Week 12 recap.
10 years in the making, a dream start for City.
Maxi Rodriguez, what a stop by Steinwasser.
And it's into the back of the net. El Paso.
Far corner and it's in. What a goal. Are you watching Football Americas?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
And welcome back to HEB Park. And Brian, how's our Team of the Week look?
Quite a Team of the Week from Week 12. A couple of really strong standout performances of note. One that really is going to stand out for most people. New Mexico United midfielder Justin Portillo makes the Player of the Week selection. He records 3 goals and 1 assist across 2 victories as United moves into a strong payoff position in the Western Conference with those 2 victories. He's an offseason arrival out of Real Salt Lake and currently leads the USL Championship with 35 chances created on the season. So congratulations to Portillo. You see the rest of the Team of the Week there. One name of mention that made the all-bench team for Week 12, that's Taylor Davila of LA Galaxy 2, Los Dos, gets a bench Player of the Week. Elsewhere across the USL on the evening, couple of games in action. 2 are final already. Charleston fell to Indy 11 4-3. Detroit and Pittsburgh played to a 1-1 draw. At the half, Memphis leads Atlanta 3-1. No score here between Rio Grande Valley and Los Angeles. Tulsa and Miami are also knotted at 0-0. A couple of games left to go in action. In fact, 5 to be specific. El Paso is going to host Hartford. Monterey Bay hosts Oakland. Phoenix hosts Birmingham. And Sacramento will host San Antonio. Another important thing to note as USL fans continue to see the great progress and growth in the USL Championship, there are 2 marquee championship matches that will take place in June, both of which are going to air nationally on ESPN after being selected to move from ESPN2 to the main network. These matches will be the first 2 regular season matches in USL Championship history to appear on the main network. First of which will be Detroit City hosting El Paso Locomotive. That is on June 18th at 11 a.m. Central. 1 week later, the Hartford Athletic will host Louisville City. That's June 25th from Trinity Health Stadium. That is a noon Central kickoff in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, and you mentioned Pittsburgh Riverhounds a moment ago. That'll be the next opponent, or the next home opponent for the Toros on January 18th. Let's take a look at the schedules now, starting with the LA Galaxy, and what have they got coming up?
Well, home sweet home is going to be good for them. They've got their next 2 at home, the 11th and the 15th of June against the Switchbacks and Monterey Bay. Hitting the road for one on the 18th, Sacramento Republic, following that up with another match against Miami FC. And they will start the month of July back home again with another matchup against Oakland.
And then for the Toros, they're going out west, aren't they?
Hey, kind of a back and forth for the Toros. Leaving action tonight, they'll be out in Oakland on the West Coast. They'll come home to face the East Coast team in Pittsburgh, go back out a little bit further west for New Mexico, come home for El Paso, and then in the month of July, they will get Mexico United here at home.
It's going to be a tough stretch, those last 4 games. Pittsburgh, New Mexico, El Paso, New Mexico. Again, New Mexico unbeaten in their last 5. El Paso's really come on strong. So we take a look at these standings now in Group West. And you see Colorado Springs tied up with San Antonio in first place. And how does the rest of it unfold?
And it's San Diego Loyal coming on very strong as well. They're just 5 points behind. And everything gets kind of blocked up after that. You see Phoenix Rising with 21 points in 4th, El Paso Locomotive. And then look at that, New Mexico United currently sitting in 6th place with 19 points. There are 4, 5, 6 teams all within striking distance of the 5th placed spot in the Western Conference. So realistically, everybody 4 through 11 is just all kind of packed up tightly together and within reach. Lot left to be decided in the Western Conference as this playoff picture widens out.
And if you look at New Mexico United and Sacramento, which are sandwiched around Rio Grande Valley, both of them have 2 games in hand compared to the Toros. So that's an advantage for those 2 teams. I know a couple of teams, Sacramento is in action later tonight against San Antonio, and they could potentially leapfrog the Toros into that playoff picture. We'll have to see how the Toros game comes out. So let's take a break. We'll be back with some highlights and some stats in just a moment. No score here at halftime between the Toros and the Galaxy 2. This is USL Championship Soccer on ESPN+.
When we said Reliant offers free flex days, we had something a little different in mind. Get the flexibility of free electricity on your 2 highest use days every week with the Reliant Truly Free Flex Days plan. That's up to 8 free days a month. So go on. What are you waiting for? We'll even upgrade your plan to solar. On us. Reliant. That's power. Your way.
DHR Health is now safer than ever and continues to remain focused on one thing: providing exceptional care to our patients and community. No other hospital is trying harder to keep you safe. We're taking every action to ensure your safety with enhanced precautions, including 3 off-site COVID-19 units. Your health should never wait. Don't delay your health care. There is no reason to. Schedule your appointment today. DHR Health. For you, for life.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow.
Creating more jobs.
And more opportunities for all of us.
Working together.
Together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich. We got 3 chicken strips topped with Whataburger's own buffalo sauce, a little bit of buttermilk ranch, 2 slices of Monterey Jack cheese. The combination is just right.
It's crunchy and then it's spicy and then it's cool. Your mouth is exploding with flavor.
It just all works together, and then you add the cheese in there.
It kind of wakes me up, honestly.
My goodness.
I could see myself getting this every time I come here.
They're gonna go crazy for this thing. The Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich. That's back, and it's only for a limited time.
And welcome back to HEB Park. Brian, take us through the first half highlights.
Plenty of action on either side, though neither team stroked through the net. A couple of good looks here for the Toros. Take a look at this header from Adolfo Hernandez. Eric Lopez stands strong, able to keep that down. Ricky Ruiz with a pretty good cross right here. But again, Eric Lopez, big in net, comes and peels that off of the head of Emilio Yakaza. Coming back the other way again, Lopez comes out, challenging Herrera, unable to keep him from getting that ball to get toward the net. And that was probably the closest look for either team. Ricky Ruiz with a beautiful, beautiful touch. But Akwe not quite able to stay onside as he touches it with his heel. That's called offside. Coming back the other way, LA Galaxy placed this one really nicely. Tyler Jarrett comes out to pick that header up out of the air. That was the only really strong scoring look for Galaxy 2. But either way, no goals on either side despite plenty of really exciting action in front of the net. Look at your stats as we find ourselves at halftime right now. Shots pretty level in this one. 3 by the Toros, 4 by LA Galaxy. Toros the only one to have a shot actually be on target. But as we were talking during that last commercial break, Mark, look at that time of possession, how strongly that favors the Toros. Two teams that came in really looking to be in control of the ball. Tip of the hat over to the Toros thus far.
Yeah, Toros came in averaging, in terms of possession, 54% on the year. And LA was at 52%, so LA almost 12% down from what their normal comfort zone is. Also in terms of fouls, there was a 13 on LA Galaxy 2 and 8 on the Toros. Both teams had 3 bookings each, so that could lead to some bountiful substitutions there in the second half. And I believe you saw several players warming up for the Toros that might see action.
Yeah, we looking at very quickly right before we came back from break. You saw Dylan Borchik, you saw Duilio Herrera all out there kind of stretching, getting themselves activated. You also had a good look at a couple of other defenders that may find some time out there on the pitch here in the later play of the evening as Luka Milesevic was getting some stretch and Juan Torres. So 4 players that likely could see some significant playing time in the second half here for Rio Grande Valley. Enough so that head coach Wilmer Cabrera had them out there stretching and kicking prior to the start of the second half.
And I was looking at some other stats here, like the duels won seemed to favor the Toros, and then the aerial duels, though, heavily favoring the LA team.
And you look at the size on Los Dos, and that's something you would expect to see there. They've got that long length, and that's what you want to do against a team like Rio Grande Valley that's a little bit small, a little bit quicker. So if you can use your size to clear that ball away and keep them off the attack, it goes really well. And a side product of that, look at the interception difference there. Los Dos picks up 9, only 3 for Rio Grande Valley. That's a big part of how Los Dos kept the Toros off of the net.
Yeah, the Toros pushing the action for much of that first half, but it seemed like the defense of LA, that back line, able to produce some timely intercepts and able to prevent anything significant. There was one apparent goal in the first half. It was negated due to offside, as Akwe appeared to have scored in the 33rd minute, but he was also ruled offside, so that keeps it no score between these two teams, both of whom have kind of lit it up recently. LA Galaxy in 2 of their last 3 have scored 6 goals, although they had been shut out in 3 of their last 5. We'll see which way that trend goes. And for the Toros, though, they've scored at least 2 in 5 straight games. So they're used to getting more than what they have at this point. We're going to see some substitutions here right at the start of the second half, aren't we?
Yeah, very quickly for the Toros, they are going to put Jose Torres back in. Juan David Cabezas, the captain, is going to get a breather to start the second half. Of course, we know Jose Torres spent some significant time with the U.S. national team. He is a very experienced, very heady player at the international level. Coach Cabrera is going to put a lot of trust in him here to start the second half and try to get this offense sparked out of the midfield.
Yeah, Jose Torres brings a lot of veteran leadership out there. He's out of Longview, Texas, but has played many years in the Mexican League. 34 years old, is also a former U.S. international with 26 games played with the U.S. national team, even played on the 2018 World Cup team. So we're just underway here in the second half. Teams have switched ends. Toros in the orange and blue, playing it over into the LA end of the field. LA in the all-whites. Here tonight, they normally wear navy when they're playing at home in Carson, California. And underway here in the second half. So just one sub so far made by either team. We saw that right there with Torres coming on for the Toros. Ball played to Ruiz. Ruiz, California boy, over to the right side, headed toward the net, and it's going to be just wide. And boy, a really good chance there. And that was Hernandez, I believe, who got that opportunity. Second time this game, he's had a good header.
Yeah, no shortage of opportunities for the Toros. And take a look right here. Adolfo and Hernandez just really does a nice job using every inch of that 6'1" frame to make contact with the ball, but that's pushed ever so slightly left. Eric Lopez doesn't even have to come out to challenge.
And Hernandez, who's only playing his third game as a Toro, has gotten some good looks. He scored a goal midweek in that 4-3 win over Atlanta United 2, and then has had two headers tonight. Well, one that was on target that Lopez had to save in the first half, and then that one a moment ago. So a real find for this Toros team, just 24 years old. Vasquez, who's a former LA Galaxy 2 player, plays it over to the right side to Akwe, and then played downfield. LA regaining control. Here's Barry with it. Barry's going to try a through ball intended for Williams. Williams able to win the ball and then slide it forward. Shot at the net and a goal. A goal here for LA Galaxy in the opening moments of the second half. And Los Dos is on top, 1-0.
And talk about just taking advantage of the buildup. What an attack right there for Los Dos. Does a beautiful job of following each other down. Judd just kind of yells out to his teammate Williams and says, I'm left, I'm left. Dehaney Williams spins on a dime, has possession, and drops a beauty right to the foot of Judge. Take a look right here. Nice pass, and Judge just uses that right foot to push it right past Tyler Derrick into the right corner.
And Judd, his fourth goal of the year, takes the team lead there. And that was a pretty goal. Nice one-touch. Williams, his second assist of the season. And LA Galaxy 2 on top, 1-0 here early in the second half.
What a great way to take some of the pressure off of you. It looked like the Toros were, again, starting to mount pressure immediately to start the second half. They were going to be in control like a pressure relief valve. Dehaney Williams and Preston Judd just team up right there for a beautiful goal.
And if they give Barry an assist as well on that, he was the one that played it forward to Williams. It would be Barry's first assist this year. And a nice pretty goal there to open the second half. LA Galaxy 2 on top by 1. Here's Williams winning the ball here for LA Galaxy. Played to Gonzalez. Gonzalez just 18 years old. Quickly gets rid of it. Williams too heavy on his first touch, and it's stolen by Mueller. Mueller coming down, finds a marker. Is trying to get it to a streaking Hernandez, but it was played ahead of him by Doyle. Just trying to curl it around Doyle just a little bit, but Doyle able to get a foot on it and break up that attack for the Toros. Opening 5 minutes here of the second half. We've already seen some early fireworks. It's 1-0 our score. Here's Gonzalez with a lot of space to work with. He'll find Williams on the right. Williams tried to go inside, but Ruiz there for the intercept. Ruiz just 25 years old. And like you said earlier, Brian, he's all over the pitch.
He covers a lot of space with that speed, and he is not afraid to get in there and mix it up. You see it right there once again. Willing to stick his head in there, nose his way toward the ball. Keep that attack building for Rio Grande Valley.
And Vasquez at center back will play it forward, trying to get to Ruiz on that left side. Ruiz trying to get turned, waiting for some help. And now is able to win a throw-in. He's going up against Gonzalez there. Gonzalez would not let Ruiz get by him. There's a throw-in for Ruiz. No offside off throw-ins. But the ball won by LA Galaxy. Into Barry in the middle. Barry makes a good little spin move before he fires it forward, trying to get it to Judd. Headed down by Vasquez, who breaks up that attack. So Judd now with 4 goals takes over the team lead as the top scorer for this LA Galaxy 2 team. They had 4 players with 3 goals each coming in. So a nice little deadlock there that Judd has temporarily broken up. Ruiz tries to get that inside, but Gonzalez there for the block.
Gonzalez has done a really nice job on Ruiz here in the second half, not giving him any space to operate from, forcing that ball out as quickly as it was put into a position to play off of.
And Gonzalez, who's an LA Galaxy Academy player, came up through there. It's originally from Mexico. It's been a real find for this LA Galaxy franchise. The Galaxy 2 tied to MLS's LA Galaxy, a 5-time MLS Cup champion. So Torres will take this corner kick. This is the 7th of the game for Rio Grande Valley. I mean, inside is headed out by Los Dos, but here's Ruiz, an open shot going for the far post and just misses wide, curls it to the right, just barely there. But a nice opportunity there for the Toros here in the early second half.
That was chipped really nicely by Ruiz, had some really nice height on that. The bend was about as good as you're going to get north to south. However, when you put that up in the jet stream, as you saw there, the wind carried it just a little bit wide. Not able to keep it in.
Toros do have the wind at their back here in the second half. But, yeah, sometimes that wind, not always your friend, as you pointed out there. Lopez ready for the free kick here. 6'2", 183 pounds, out of Westminster, California. 23 years old. Plays with a lot of poise in that net for Los Dos. And he and Richard Sanchez have shared the goalkeeping duties this season. Lopez getting his 8th start. Sanchez has played 6 times in goal for LA Galaxy. This one going forward to Ruiz. Gonzalez catching up to him. Ruiz able to cut inside. A shot and blocked in front by Neal. Comes right down to the foot of Ruiz. Little back heel. Coronado chips it up in the air. Trying to get to it is Hernandez. It's still up for grabs. Taken down by Ricketts. Now Icaza. Icaza with 4 goals this season keeps it in play. They get it out to Ruiz. Ruiz keeps it from going out. Ruiz has 1 goal this season. Trying to get around Gonzalez. And it goes out of play.
Gonzalez defensively for Los Dos has been spectacular. Another good look right there. Just not giving the Toros any opportunity to get across from that corner back in toward the middle.
See Jose Torres misplaying that one. Kind of looked up skyward like, how could I have done that? And the Toros lose an opportunity there. It'd be a goal kick here for the visitors. Galaxy haven't won on the road all season, but they have the lead right now, 1-0 here, opening 10 minutes of the second half. This is Neal on the left side. Has his pass upfield, blocked in front by Hernandez. It's going to go out for another goal kick. Good hustle there by Hernandez, trying to win the ball. And there we see another look at Torres. Torres only 5'6". I believe the oldest player on the Toros team at 34 years old. Last year they had Vicente Sanchez, who was 41. He's one of the oldest players in the league. Sanchez now an assistant coach in Mexico as Aquay chases this one down for the Toros. Oh, gets around Judd adroitly there. Judd giving him fits, though, and Aquay finally able to find a little seam there to pass it upfield. Hernandez streaking down the middle as Martinez picks this up at his feet. Martinez going to give it a go, and a save made there by Lopez. Martinez let it go from distance. May have caught Lopez a little flat-footed, but Lopez able to make the save and keep it out of the net.
Los Dos gives Isidro Martinez plenty of room to operate. He brings out the calling card, dials long distance. See the look on his face. He knew he put that on pretty well, but Eric Lopez gets just enough to push it wide.
Showing your age there, dialing long distance. Some of our younger viewers may not understand that term. I remember those days. Here's the corner kick, 8th of the game for the Toros. Goes to the far post. Hernandez with the header. Doesn't go out of play, and this will be a goal kick for Los Dos.
Again, you see the Toros. They're getting some pretty nice builds up. They're leading to some nice opportunities from the corner. Hernandez has had a couple of really nice opportunities to put a head on it. They've just not been able to get the type of attack they want in that moment. Put something in the back of the net. A big part of that, Eric Lopez has been doing a spectacular job in goal. And that backline defense, including Gonzalez for Los Dos, has been up to the task.
Doyle's putting on some pressure. It's played back to Doyle. Then blocked out of play. It'll be another goal kick here. Yeah, Lopez with 4 saves in the game. Season high for Los Angeles Galaxy is 7. That was against Memphis 901 back in mid-May. Mueller will throw this in. Mueller played his college ball at Temple. Now goes to Akwe. Akwe out of Ghana. Has played in the Ghana Premier League before he came to the Toros. Toros with some quick passing, but Los Angeles able to win it back. Had 9 interceptions in that first half. Played ahead to the Frenchman Cabral, but Akwe breaks that up. 57th minute now, 1-0 our score. Judd with the goal for Los Angeles Galaxy 2. Ball played all the way back to Lopez, now to Doyle. Doyle played in the Alamo City last year. San Antonio making a big playoff run. Playing with Los Angeles this year, trying to get them into the playoffs. They finished 6th last year, did not make the playoffs. I think in their history, the LA Galaxy 2 has made the playoffs 5 of their previous 8 seasons. Their first year was in 2014.
Very close to a playoff spot last year. Came out 3 points behind, so 1 win. The difference between being in a playoff spot and finding themselves out of the playoffs last year.
And we mentioned Judd, the goal scorer. He was the team's leading scorer last year, had 17 goals. And here are the Toros on the attack. Coronado going to lift this one over to the left side. Ruiz is able to wait for it. Gonzalez marks him. Ruiz trying to speed past Gonzalez. Can't do it, so he'll play it back for Coronado. Coronado's first touch too heavy. And Barry taking advantage of that. So it pushes Coronado all the way back to the midfield stripe. And Toros will reverse the attack. Akwe will bring it up. It's picked up by Cabral, so Akwe gives up possession down the right side of the box. Goes out of play. This is going to be a corner kick here for the Toros, so the aggressive long pass there pays off, and they'll have their 9th corner of the game.
Well, tip of the hat to Jose Torres as well, as he was just rioting Doyle's hip. Forces him not to be able to turn and put that one back up toward the middle.
Torres plays it into the box, headed out by Doyle. Trying to get turned is Coronado, but forced to play it back. Akwe will try the right side. A little dummy there by Torres to a wide open Martinez inside the box, and Doyle has to get a foot on that one to concede the corner kick.
A big play on that back line defensively for Los Dos. It was Gonzalez to open the second half. It's been Doyle each of the last 2 attacks.
Martinez will take this corner. This will be the 10th of the game for the home club. This will be an outswinger, a header over the bar. And this will be a goal kick now. I believe that was Vasquez who got his head on it. We'll see on the replay. Vasquez out of San Luis Obispo, California.
And bad news if you're LA Galaxy 2. It looks like Preston Judd is down, and he's in a little bit of pain. Looks like there was some head-to-head collision between Judd and Hernandez as they were going up for that one. And Judd got the worst of it.
By the way, the 10 corners by the Toros, far and away their season high. Their previous season high was 7. They're already at 10 with still about 30 minutes and change left to play here in this second half. Another look at that 10th corner.
So keep an eye right there in the middle. That's Judd as he goes down. Looked like I thought there was been a head-to-head collision, but instead it looks like Judd caught either an elbow or a shoulder as he was trying to come back around and rise up.
And also to correct myself on the header, it was not Vasquez. It was number 20, Ricketts, was able to get his 6'1" frame up on that ball that went over the bar. So next game for the Toros, they'll be on the road next Saturday at Oakland, a return match. The season opener here at HEB Park was a 1-0 win for the Toros over the Oakland Roots. Oakland will get a second crack at the Toros next Saturday. Meanwhile, the LA Galaxy 2 will return home to take on Colorado Springs, the Switchbacks in first place in Group West with 27 points. So that'll be a tough haul for LA Galaxy 2 next week. That'll be at the Dignity Health Sports Park.
Looks like Judd's no worse for the wear. They are going to send him off on the restart here. They'll let him back on in just a few moments.
Yeah, no substitute over on the sideline. So Judd just coming off just to let the clouds clear a little bit. And this will be goal kick now for Eric Lopez and company. So LA Galaxy 2 with 10 men on the field at the moment. Before Judd comes back on. Header by Doyle that goes to the foot of Coronado. Akwe will play it over to the left side. Chested down nicely there by Ruiz. He'll play it forward to the overlapping Mueller. He's going to try to curl it, unable to get much bend on that ball. Goes out of play harmlessly for a goal kick.
And Gonzalez does a nice job of closing on that and cutting off the angle available to Mueller. So as he tries to take that kick, he ends up just floating it a little further left than he wants.
Mueller, 6'1", 170 pounds, out of New York City, 26 years old. Coming up from his defender spot. That's not unusual for the Toros to see those defenders overlap at times along the wings, and even late in games that they will come forward. Here we have a little bit of too much time wasting by Lopez for the referee's taste, and that'll be the fourth booking for LA Galaxy here tonight.
See, Lopez had reset that ball a couple times, stepped back, and then adjusted his gloves. The referee said, let's go, let's go. And then when Lopez stepped away a second time, yellow card is pulled out.
Kind of the equivalent of a balk for soccer, isn't it?
Very similar to it. The referee wants to see that ball put back in play, not necessarily quickly, but in a certain level of haste. You don't necessarily want to see them making huge adjustments off of a no-contact situation, as you saw there.
We got an LA Galaxy player shaken up here on this play. There was no whistle that we saw. But this is Neal who's shaken up just a bit.
It looks like he got turned a little bit as he was trying to get possession. Took a real hard spill down onto the pitch. He's back to his feet relatively quickly. No worse for the wear.
Cobian, who's out of Montclair, California, will throw it in. That's just about 30 miles east of Los Angeles. Long pass goes to the right side. This is to Williams trying to run down onto it. And Williams just misplays it out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick now for the Toros.
It looked like Johanny Williams wanted that ball to just kind of die at his feet, and he was going to kind of juke it to the right. However, he stepped a little too far forward and actually drives it rather than knocking it down.
64th minute now. Toros down 1-0. They've had plenty of late-game heroics this year. Give you that stat in a moment as Ruiz playing it now with some space to work with. Tries to one-touch it to Mueller. Mueller sent it into the box, but it's cleared away there by Barry. Toros trying to regroup. Coronado's pass is stolen away by Davila. Ball goes to Ikaza. Ikaza, who's, we mentioned he played in Austin, has also played in Sweden before. Pass it off to the left side. Here's Mueller with it. And he'll drop it to Coronado. Coronado with 3 goals in his last 2 games. Coronado able to get turned here. Ruiz slides it forward, but Williams is there to intercept. And LA on the attack once again. Through ball intended for Judd. Instead stolen away by the Toros. That was a good job by Vasquez. Opportunity here for Martinez. Had the pass knocked away from him by Cobian. One back. Here's a shot from distance. Going to be over the top. And it's a miss there by Torres.
Again, that one tried to be driven forward, ends up carrying a little bit. The wind aided that a touch, but realistically, Jose Torres just got a little too far under that. You want to try to catch that ball off of the end of your foot. If you end up getting under it and it hits off the top of your foot, it's going to lift. That's what you see there from Jose Torres, is that ball just lifts and lifts and lifts.
And that's why at times if you have a bouncing ball coming in, you wait for it to reach the kind of the apex on its bounce, and as it's on its descent is when you try to make contact to prevent that ball from skying up on you. But easier said than done. Coronado with it here. He'll fire to the left side to reverse the attack. Here's Mueller with it. Mueller drawing in 2 markers. We'll drop it off for Ikaza. Ikaza with space to work with. We'll move in, thinking about shooting. He's going to shoot from distance. And Lopez there with good position makes the save.
Eric Lopez has been up to the task all evening long. Toros really peppered in the first half. Toros stand strong. Not able to get that past Lopez to put it in the back of the net. And again, Eric Lopez takes the challenge and stands up pretty strongly there to collect that. Keep Los Dos up by 1.
Ikaza jumping in. Instead commits the foul on Barry. And this will be a free kick for Los Dos. You see it again.
Ikaza thinks, well, I end up on the bottom of a pile there, so I'm going to get the call. Official sees it slightly differently. Another substitution now for Rio Grande Valley. Frank Lopez is going to come back in. Coming off will be Hernandez. Additionally, Dylan Borchek's going to come in. Ricky Ruiz is going to get a rest.
So that's 3 subs now. 2 right there. They made 1 at the start of the second half. Borchek with 2 goals this year. Played his college ball at Oakland University in Michigan as Horizon Player of the Year his senior year. And we also saw Frank Lopez, who is tied with Ikaza for 4 goals, the team lead this season, although Lopez actually has 5 goals in all competitions, had 1 in the U.S. Open Cup. Vasquez upended here, wins a free kick for the Toros. You see that one again, a collision with Gonzalez.
And they just get tied up once again on the way down. Looks like Vasquez might have got his knee twisted just a little, but he sees okay.
So the Toros have made some subs to maybe bolster the offense a little bit. Looking at the beginning of the game, in terms of the substitute players for the Toros, they had a combined 8 goals and 5 assists from those players on the bench. They put some of them in here to start this play this second half with Steve Borchek with a weak shot there that Lopez is able to fall on. 6th save of the game there for Lopez. Borchek, who plays on that left side, going to be a throw in here for the Toros. Played by Mueller. Now Frank Lopez with it. Couldn't quite get a hold of it. And then Isidro Martinez knocked down. Play continues. Torres chips it for the right side. Trying for a header there. And just missing was Ricketts as it goes out of play. Martinez, meanwhile, still shaken up at the top of the penalty area.
Look at how that occurs right here. Jose Torres lifts that, trying desperately to make a connection with Ricketts, but Ricketts is not able to rise up high enough to drive that. So again, we've talked about it quite a bit this evening. The Toros get some pretty good build-up where they're not able to finish in that final third. They can't get that pass to a spot where they can drive it the way they want to. Because of that, they find themselves still without a mark on the board.
There we see Frank Lopez there. This is one of the rare games that he has not started. Lopez, 27 years old, out of Cienfuegos, Cuba. It's about 130 miles to the southeast of Havana. Has been a bit of a goal-scoring drought as of late, although he does have the team lead. Chance here for the visiting teams. They play it forward into the area. Derek coming out, a shot. It's going to be wide. Good chance there for Los Angeles, and that was Judd once again on the move down that left wing.
He is a dynamic player on the attack, and you see it there. He was surrounded by blue kits. Tyler Derrick comes out to challenge. Somehow, he still does a spectacular job of nearly putting that one on net.
LA Galaxy 2 has done a good job countering in this game. Here's Borchek, ruled offside. Be the 5th offside call against the Toros in this game, one of which negated a apparent goal back in the 33rd minute. That could prove decisive, as we've got a 1-goal difference right now here in the 72nd minute.
Dylan Borchek is such an amazing story about the power of professional soccer. Not heavily recruited out of high school, ends up walking on at Division I Oakland and playing his way in to a scholarship. And as you mentioned previously, in his senior year, Horizon League Player of the Year, now playing professional soccer.
Has had 2 electric goals already for the Toros team. One off a diving header, another one was a late game winner. Borchek with it now, and a marker coming in from behind that trips him up. And we've got a free kick here awarded to the Toros. They put it back in play quickly. 15 fouls now on Los Angeles. And now another free kick looks like it's being awarded, a little bit closer to the Los Angeles box.
And Mueller got upended as he was just trying to play that ball forward.
See Coach Cabrera in his 3rd year as head coach, 2nd stint as head coach of the Toros. He's taken them to the playoffs in both of the previous years as head coach, looking to do that again this season. Toros beginning tonight in the 7th position in Group West. Top 7 do go to the playoffs. Going to have a free kick here for the Toros. By the way, I wanted to mention now that Frank Lopez and Icaza are both on the pitch, they've combined for 8 of the Toros' 20 goals this season. That's 40% of their scoring. 20 of their 48 shots on target also between those 2 men. That's about 42%. Here's Martinez with the free kick, and to send this one in. Headed straight up in the air by LA and then headed out of the box. It's going to end up as a throw-in here for the Toros. Toros have 10 goals in the final 15 this season. Zakwe sends this one in, and then Gonzalez will head it out into safety. This looks like it's going to be a throw-in here for the Toros, or will it be a corner? No, it's going to be a corner kick. This will be the 11th of the game. Toros will put numbers forward here in the 74th minute, still looking for that equalizer. Need to get at least a point to stay in that playoff picture. LA looking for all 3. Martinez sends this one in. It's headed across the face of goal. That was Borchek. Got his noggin on it, but it goes out harmlessly, and it'll be a goal kick here for Los Angeles Galaxy 2.
As you see, that pressure continues to build and build for the Toros. Martinez places this really well. Borchek perhaps gets that a little too far off the back of his head rather than the forward where he can push it. Toros have been due for a better look on net. You have to start thinking this is going to happen. That pressure is just mounting against Los Dos.
Coronado won the ball. Mueller sent it in, but it's headed out by Neal for Galaxy 2. And now Galaxy 2 able to work it up the field and out of danger. Mueller will restart the build-up here for the Toros. Coronado centers it for Icaza. Now Ricketts with it. Ricketts has had a couple of good chances in this game. Exchanges it with Martinez. Now to Icaza. Couldn't get turned. Knocked down by Cabral. Play will continue. And Los Angeles has the attack now. This is Judd with it. Judd, the game's goal scorer right now. One-on-one with Akwe. Judd knocked down. And they're going to say play will continue here. Referee got a good look at it. He was trailing on the play. Toros will counterattack now. Here's Borchek. Going to drop it back for Mueller. Coronado will reverse the attack. Ricketts to Vasquez. Vasquez at that center back spot. Trying to lob it in for Borchek. Borchek kind of misplayed it a little bit, and LA able to clear it. Now in the final 15 minutes. Toros have actually outscored their opponents in the final 15, 10-4 this season. Kind of been the cardiac kids when it comes to late scoring heroics. Oh, Los Angeles did that in spades last week. Down 2-0, came back to secure a 2-2 draw against San Diego Loyal with 2 goals in second half stoppage time.
And worth mentioning, the Toros have yet to play a game to a draw. It's win or lose for them. Perhaps they're in a position to try to make something a little bit different happen here, but they have got to find a way to put one in net.
Martinez to Borchek. Borchek shifts to the left foot. Will give it a go, and it's going to be wide. So the interesting change there is Borchek came from his left wing spot over to the right side, maybe trying to get a little bit of a numerical advantage over there. Had to switch to his left foot and shot wide.
Looks like Gonzalez still seated for LA Galaxy too. They're going to come out and take a check at him here. A little slow to get back up. Vasquez comes over and says, I can help you up. Let me lift you.
Just lift you up. Gonzalez with 1 assist this season. As we mentioned, he's a LA Galaxy Academy product. And looks like a substitute maybe for the visiting team. Might see Axel Picasso come in here. He's a forward out of Mexico City. He's also played with Philadelphia Union 2. So it'll be Cabral coming out.
Replaced by Dante Campbell.
Yeah, Campbell. He's from Canada. Played with Toronto FC too. So Campbell on the pitch now. And it looks like Gonzalez, who's now up, will come out, and Picasso will come in.
First 2 substitutions for Los Dos here in the second half. Doing so, bringing in another forward and a midfielder so they can keep the pressure up here.
Yeah, and Cabral, who came out, had a yellow card on him. So Coach Dame not wanting to take chances there. Picasso in there. See, Picasso is 5'6", 161 pounds, 21 years old. Can play at that forward spot. 78th minute now. And Lopez will put it back in play. So LA with 3 subs left. Toros have 2 subs remaining. And 1-0 is our difference right now on the scoreboard. Going to be picked up by Derek. And now Akwe with it at his feet. Akwe is 6 foot, 172 pounds. 1 goal and 2 assists this year. Long ball. That's going to be offside. And it looks like it was intended for Lopez.
Had a pretty good look at the closing speed for Frank Lopez. He was just slightly offside, but ends up beating his defender out by a step or 2 before that offside is called.
LA's long pass headed back by Ricketts. And now played forward here. This is Picasso, who just came onto the pitch. Couldn't quite catch up to that, and that's going to be a goal kick here for the Toros. Now in the 80th minute. Toros down 1-0. And long pass is going to go out of play. Toros have not suffered a shutout since March 23rd. The opponent on that occasion, LA Galaxy 2. So this LA team will give up shots, but has not given up a goal to the Toros in almost 2 full matches this season. Toros still have about 11 minutes and change to work with. Free kick one here. They quickly put it back in play. You can hear the drums beginning to increase the tempo a little bit. Kind of a sense of immediacy is increasing for the Toros as well. As Torres with it. Marked by Picasso. He'll play it off to the right side. Gets a return pass from Ricketts. Now into the area. Lopez there trying to get turned. Ends up going down. Play will continue as Doyle moves the ball up the pitch. And we'll work it over to the left flank. In the 81st minute now. 1-0 our score. Judd with the goal. Judd, who scored for at least the second straight week. He had one against San Diego Loyal last week. Also had the foul that led to the penalty kick by Davila that secured that 2-2 draw. headed by Picasso. And now went to the foot of Dunbar, but stolen by Martinez. Martinez downfield for Lopez, who was trying to get turned, but the ball squeaks through and goes to the foot of the keeper, Eric Lopez. LA trying to hold on for all 3 points here. Trying to stop a 3-game winless streak. They came in with 2 losses and a draw in their last 3 outings. And as we've said earlier, have not won away from home all season long. About 10 minutes and change from doing it here as Mueller has the ball taken away. And out comes Williams. Williams into the middle. A lot of space there. This is Judd with it. Judd, the goal scorer, trying to move against Akwe. Still trying to get control. Is able to turn, fire, and it's wide.
You have to kind of hold your breath anytime Preston Judd has the ball at his feet, and especially when he's in the box. We saw it there. A couple of blue kits in a good position to defend against him, and he still ends up getting a pretty good shot off. Substitution now for Galaxy. Coming out, or coming in, will be Axel Asingi. Looks like he is going to replace Duhaney Williams for Galaxy 2.
Yeah, they're going to make 2 more subs here. So it'll bring their total to 4 as Williams comes out.
Looks like also coming in is Marcus for Kranis.
Yeah, Williams and Judd both coming out. And then, for Canis and Isenge, as you mentioned, coming in. Long pass. This is Borchek. Borchek trying to get turned. Will drop it to his teammate Mueller. Now Coronado with it. Finds Mueller on the left side with some space into the area. Borchek tried to head it, went down to his feet, and Doyle is there to clear that one away. The Borchek just kind of turned the wrong direction there. The ball landed at his feet, but he had turned a different way and unable to make a play on that ball as Doyle took advantage. There's Borchek again. Borchek a little bit of a heavy touch. Ball still loose and now cleared out again by LA. Quick counterattack here by the home team. Coronado with it. Has his pass blocked by Davila, then headed out by Berry. Goes over to the right side. This is Ricketts with it. And he'll chip it forward for Martinez. Martinez trying to chip it over the defender, Neal. And Neal able to make a play on it, and it'll go out for a throw-in. 84th minute now. We've got another substitution.
Coming out for the Toros is going to be Steven Mueller. He'll be replaced by the attacking Duilio Herrera, 17-year-old out of Edinburgh. He's got a goal on the year.
He scored that against San Antonio in the last home game. That was last Saturday. Taking out a defender for a forward, trying to generate a little more offense here as the Toros need at least one to get a result here tonight. That ball goes out of play. This will be another corner kick. This will be number 12, far and away the season high here for the Toros. 7 was their previous high. They did that on about 4 other occasions. Torres will take this one. Torres will send this one in, an in-swinger that Neal is able to head out. Martinez able to keep it in play here for the Toros in the attacking third. Into the net. It goes off the post. It was redirected on net, went off the right post as Lopez went to full stretch. And now Lopez is hurt, may have collided with his post, and the official puts a stop to play.
And they're going to come over and take a real good look at Eric Lopez. Borchek just places that beautifully off his head. Lopez got a little bit of it with that right glove. It looks like that may have been why it ends up at the post and not in. Placed beautifully by Borchek. Look at the slowdown here. Lopez just got a couple of fingertips on that. Pushes it wide, and then he ends up worse for the wear because he goes cranium to metal pole on the way down. Getting a look at that Borchek touch. One bounce. Lopez just gets it. Buries the back of his head and his shoulder into the post after the ball deflects off.
Boy, that was an absolute superb flick on there by Borchek to angle that off the back of his head toward that far post and force Lopez into full stretch As you said, just maybe got 2 fingertips on it, but the ball, you could see, kind of redirects just slightly, and it's enough to keep it out of the net. Lopez lucky he didn't go head first into that post.
They're checking on him right now. Check the shoulders, check that head.
Yeah, making sure he didn't get some kind of concussion there. And so where they might be talking to him right now to make sure he's okay. And Lopez with 7 saves in this game, counting that last one, which may have been his most spectacular of the game. That would equal the season high for Los Angeles keepers. As I said, they had 7 against Memphis 901, but that was a one-sided loss. This one would be much more invigorating, I'm sure, much more rewarding if they can hold on for the 1-0 win here. We're in the 87th minute, but several minutes should be added on for stoppage as we've had a lot of substitutions and several injuries here in the second half. And Borchek has a real nose for using his head to angle that ball. We've seen him do that a couple of times and scored one time against San Antonio FC. This ball goes out of play. It'll be a throw in for Los Angeles Galaxy 2. Galaxy 2 looking for a season sweep of the Toros. So they won back in March and have the lead right now here in the dying minutes of this game. And as we mentioned before, the LA Galaxy has never lost to the Toros. They have 6 wins and 5 draws. This is the 12th meeting between the two. 88th minute now. An attack on the left side. Ricketts over there marking Picasso. Picasso just looking to absorb some time. Tugs on the jersey of Ricketts, and now I think it's going to be a free kick here for the Toros. 17 fouls on this LA Galaxy 2 team, although they had 13 in the first half, so it's been relatively light here in the second half. Nice little touch there by Davila to send that one forward, but Dunbar unable to catch up to it. So Derek's going to kick this one as far as he can. So we're running out of time. Toros still have 1 substitute left to make if they choose to use it. And they've got some heavy artillery in there, and Coronado, Icaza, and Lopez are top 3 scorers. Also Borchek, who has a couple of goals. Herrera, who had his first one last week, is also in there. In fact, that's Herrera right there. He'll send it into the box. Borchek, header on net, and it's deflected wide again.
Eric Lopez has just been a revelation in net this evening. That's twice where Borchek has put some really nice headers on. And Lopez has the forethought and the foresight to punch that away again right here. Full extension. Gets that one pushed away.
It's a carbon copy of the last one as Lopez comes out. Has a little trouble with that one, but able to bring it down. But, Borchek has just been deadly with those headers. And Lopez, fortunate to still have his clean sheet. You see Borchek there, and Lopez, they're able to parry that one wide. And extend his 6'2" frame for that one. 8 saves in the game, by my count, for Lopez, which would be a new season high for the LA Galaxy 2 team. Ball headed forward there by Ricketts. Goes to the foot of Barry. LA looking to play keep away here at this point. We're in the 90th minute. Would expect about 5 minutes or so to be added here for stoppage. Is this going to go out for a goal kick? Toros looking to stay in that playoff picture. Entered tonight in 7th place. Can't really afford to take a loss here at this point. LA looking to, if they get all 3 points, will actually move into a tie with the Toros, but would be ahead of them based on the head-to-head difference.
So we get 5 minutes of stoppage time added. Now can the Toros strike? They've had opportunities, but they have not been able to put one in just yet.
Lopez playing off his net right now. He's at the 6-yard line. Maybe expecting some crosses. We're in stoppage time now. Last 5 minutes here for the Toros. Coronado plays it back to Ricketts. It goes to Aquay now. Now Vasquez will put it forward. Herrera, the 17-year-old, his first touch, a little too heavy. Loses control, and LA with it now. At the feet of Isinge, who's out of Cameroon, just 19 years old. Came on as a sub about 5 minutes ago. Both teams have one sub left. This is Neal with it. Oh, kept in there by the Toros, but Neal able to clear it upfield. Second minute of stoppage. Now Torres with it. Torres facing some pressure by Campbell. Herrera again with a heavy touch. And stolen back by LA. Herrera able to win it back, though. And now goes to Coronado. Send it inside, but Doyle is there to clear it. Toros again with possession. Toros have dominated possession in this game. Between 55 and 60% as Martinez sends this one in. Lopez is there ahead of Borchek and able to bring that one down.
Eric Lopez, again, spectacular job of reading that one through the air. Peels that down before Borchek can get to it. Borchek had gotten just behind him, so if he doesn't make this catch, Borchek's got a pretty good look at it.
That was a good gutsy move there by Lopez, because that was kind of in that tween territory. Do I come out? Do I stay back? He elected to come out and was able to extend his arms, able to pull that one in. Toros still with some time here. They've got about 3 minutes, although this is going to be a throw-in here for Los Dos. Cobian out of Montclair, California, just 5'4". Going to throw this in. Long throw in goes to Barry. And then Barry has his pass momentarily taken by Aquay, but Dunbar steals it right back. Able to pick Aquay's pocket. And LA able to play keep away once again. Little flick on by Dunbar with the back heel. But it's stolen by Aquay, and the Toros have possession. Just a little over 2 minutes remaining here for the Toros if they're going to get one and get a result here tonight. Or it could be a big morale-boosting victory for LA Galaxy 2 if they can hold on. They can claim all three. They'd move up to 18 points, snap their 3-game winless streak, and be in that playoff race. Here's Lopez. Lopez to Coronado. Now Coronado to the left side. Herrera. The teenager will send it to the right side, just over the head of Ricketts. Ricketts overlapping from his defensive position. It goes out of play, and this will be a goal kick here for Los Dos.
Looks like Liam Doyle is going to take this. They'll have the defender come up to take this kick. Presumably to keep Eric Lopez in a good position in net.
Yeah, you don't see that very often because that leaves you fewer men upfield whenever you have someone other than your goalkeeper taking the goal kick. Here's a ball sent ahead to Dunbar. Dunbar goes down in a tumble. Play will continue. And this might be the last attack here for the Toros. They have just about 1 minute left. And they have some late game heroics here. They've come oh so close, but Lopez has risen to the occasion each time. Herrera inside, knocked away. There's Borchek. Unable to get turned, he'll find Coronado. Coronado's attempted cross is blocked in front. The sliding tackle there by Campbell, able to keep it alive here for LA. LA looking just to take up time as they find Dunbar. A lot of space for him to run around in. Now Picasso with it. Picasso double teamed and has the ball taken away from him. Now more pressure by LA and they're able to win the ball back. Now I think there's a stoppage. Oh, and one player just shoved another one. That was, looked like Torres shoved Picasso. I don't think the referee saw it, but his assistant referees can help out in this situation we see here.
In this case, it was behind him. See, Picasso comes in and he catches Torres on the back of the head. Torres jumps up and yells something. That's where Torres draws the yellow. And then in the process, a violent push there by Torres on Picasso.
And you can see Torres looked like he went after the wrong man as well. I think he may have thought Picasso was the one who collided hard with him, but that was actually Campbell, as you see right here. Unless Picasso did something there.
Picasso got some shoulder right into Torres' head as he's getting spun around.
That may be what drew the ire of Torres, but now it's going to be straight red for Torres, who's arguing that, hey, I took a headshot. But Torres with the shove, and it's exactly what happens that referee mechanics, the assistant referee, probably communicated this to Torres. Here's another good look at it. You can see,
angle.
yeah, Picasso.
Just drops a shoulder right into Torres' head as he's getting spun around there. And for his response to that contact, Torres is going to pick up a red card.
And Torres, who came on as a 45th minute substitute, is now out. His first red card of the year. It's the third red card this season on a Toros player. And the second home game in a row we've seen this, Brian, where late in the game a Toros player has drawn a red. They're going to play this. Still a chance here for the Toros. They're down to 10 men, though. And I think he's ruling a free kick here for the visitors. Already well past the 5 minutes of stoppage that was added. We're about 7 minutes in now. So it could be just a few seconds left here. LA Galaxy 2 on the verge of taking all 3 points here at HEB Park, moving into that playoff race. Referee checking his watch, and that's it. We're done. And the LA Galaxy 2 has taken it 1-0 over the Rio Grande Valley Toros here tonight. And the Toros shut out for just the first time since the last time they played Los Angeles back in March. So Los Angeles with a 2-game sweep over the Toros this year, 1-0. That man is our man of the match.
Yeah, Preston Judd did what he had to do to will Los Dos to victory here. That goal late in this one, actually early in the second half, is what did it. It took a lot of pressure off at about the 7th minute of the second half. The Toros had been building, had not got something in, and Judd just pushed all of that pressure away with that beautiful one-touch goal. LA Galaxy 2 comes away with their first road victory and 3 huge points in the Western standings.
We'll take a look at the highlights and the stats in just a moment. Right now, you're watching USL Championship Soccer on ESPN+.
DHR Health is now safer than ever and continues to remain focused on one thing: providing exceptional care to our patients and community. No other hospital is trying harder to keep you safe. We're taking every action to ensure your safety with enhanced precautions, including 3 off-site COVID-19 units. Your health should never wait. Don't delay your health care. There is no reason to. Schedule your appointment today. DHR Health. For you, for life.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow.
Creating more jobs.
And more opportunities for all of us.
Working together.
Together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
And welcome back. The Los Dos comes out on top 1-0. Brian, take us through the highlights.
And plenty of scoring opportunities on both sides. Take a look at the Toros here early on, trying to apply a little bit of pressure, but that's the touch from Williams to Judd. That's your only goal in this one. Another look at Judd just driving that through that dynamic press. Pick up a big point. Williams, again, nice job of tucking that, spinning through and finding Judd. Not much easier than that to tuck it in. Toros had some good looks, though. Ricky Ruiz sets this up beautifully. Nice job of placing that. Herrera gets it off of his forehead just a little bit wide. Can't find it in. Isidro Martinez pushing forward here for the Toros. Nice job of cutting the angle, and that was just ever so gently touched by Eric Lopez to push that one out. Coming back the other way, Jose Torres does a nice job of dropping this in the box. Borchek with the header, and again, Eric Lopez, full extension, gets just enough glove on that to keep it wide and off the post. The Galaxy picks up that 1-0 victory despite being outshot overall 14-7 and 4-2 on target. Look at the time of possession as well, Mark. Toros end up shooting 61% time of possession ahead of the 39% for LA Galaxy 2. So all the stats seem to favor Rio Grande Valley, except for the one that matters. One's in the back of the net.
Yeah, and the 6 offside there, one of them costly, as the Toros had an apparent goal in the 33rd minute of the game disallowed due to an offside call. So that proved decisive as they lose it 1-0. Also, corner kicks 12-1 in favor of the Toros here tonight. But like you said, Brian, Eric Lopez with a season high 8 saves in the Los Angeles net held firm tonight, and the LA Galaxy 2 has all 3 points to move up to 18 points on the year to snap their 3-game winless streak. They're now 5-6 with 3 draws, and the Toros slipped to 6-8 with 18 points as well. LA moving in front of them based on the head-to-head. That could prove decisive come playoff time. So hope you enjoyed it. For Brian Smith, I'm Mark May, and the rest of our USL broadcast crew, it's the Galaxy 2 on top, 1-0 here at HEB Park in Edinburgh, Texas. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.